I really don't enjoy cooking for hours. If it takes longer than 15, 20 minutes, it's really not my thing. Now, I'll do it occasionally to try certain recipes, but it's just not like a desire, a passion for mine. So really what I do incorporates just my lifestyle and all of that. So for me, meal prepping starts with grocery shopping and making sure I have what we need, because when we don't, that's when we usually go eat out or do things where, we'll order a pizza. It's because I don't have what we need on hand. And so really just starting with grocery shopping, and I typically do this either towards the end of the week or into the weekend. And how I start is just really taking an inventory into what I have in my refrigerator, in my pantry, as well as also looking at my schedule for the next week. So if I know like Thursday nights we have soccer at 6 p.m., our kids are going to eat really early, like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So they're going to have an early dinner. And then after soccer, we're going to come home and Mitch and I will eat something. So like that's how I kind of plan out my day of like who's going to be home, what days, what do I have on my schedule, so I can be realistic. Because a lot of times I think we'll plan to cook, but if you're not getting home till 6:30 at night and you're planning on getting home, unpacking, starting your meal at 7, cooking, sitting down to eat, like that's not realistic. So you also have to look at your schedule. So really that's where meal planning starts for me. Grocery shopping, just making sure I have enough on hand. Now I will be 100% completely honest right now. On the weekends, I do not cook for a week in advance. I might cook 1 or 2 meals and that's it. Like I said, I'm busy. I don't enjoy spending hours in the kitchen. And so for me, making sure I have things on hand that are quick and easy. One thing that this starts with is salad stuff. I like to have enough to make either a quick salad for lunch or a quick side salad or something for dinner. So I buy the big thing of the organic spring mix like once a week. That works for my family. I also love the broccoli slaw because I can throw that on top of my salad. I have some kind of nuts on hand like sunflower seeds or almonds or whatever in a cup. I like to keep a variety. That way you're not eating the same salad every day too, because a lot of people will say, God, I hate salads. I get so tired of them. Well, mix it up. Mix up your salads. Maybe have a little blue cheese and feta cheese, some sunflower seeds, and things that you can kind of mix into your salads. But I'm also a fan of not buying too much. I think a lot of times we're like, yeah, I'm going to meal prep. I'm going to do awesome. And we buy all these fruits and vegetables. And by the end of the week or after 2 weeks, we're having to throw a bunch of stuff away. I hate throwing food away. It's a waste. And so I really try to keep a minimal. So I have my lettuce, I have my broccoli slaw, then I have 1 or 2 extra vegetables. So a lot of times I'll have a big bag of baby carrots, and then I have cucumbers. My kids love cucumbers and ranch or carrots and ranch, so it's an easy vegetable for them, and I can cut them up and put them in our salad. So that's a really big part of it, is just making sure that we have a side salad. Also making sure we have enough sides, and the sides that we do are really basic. At least once a week, sometimes twice a week, we do what we call broccoli chips, or Brussels sprouts chips. So all it is roasted vegetables. So I make sure I have the big bag of broccoli I buy from Walmart already cut up. Yes, you have to pay a little bit more than buying the broccoli the big thing of broccoli, but again, it's quick, it's easy. I don't have to cut all the stems off or anything. It's just done for me. And what I do is I throw them in a big bowl, put a little olive oil, put a little seasoning, throw them on a pan and roast them in the oven on 425 for about 15-20 minutes. My kids love them too. So that works for us. So I make sure I have broccoli and Brussels sprouts on hand, a cauliflower on hand. Always have frozen green beans because that is an easy veggie side. Edamame, again, I have frozen edamame, really easy vegetable. Sweet potatoes, again, because those can last up to 2 or 3 weeks. And then some kind of a squash or a zucchini or something. That's kind of the basics. So salad stuff, side vegetables. I buy 2 dozen eggs every week. I boil up I boil up a dozen every single week to have on hand for easy hard-boiled eggs, super easy snack. Cut them up, put them in your salad, give them to kids, whatever. Then I have another dozen that we cook for breakfast and even for dinner. It's a really easy, quick dinner if we don't have dinner ready. I usually have an avocado on hand. Fruit, again, keep it basic. So I always have apples and bananas, and then I will buy one or two other fruits like grapes or strawberries or blueberries or oranges, but I try not to buy too much because I think, again, I don't like to throw away food. And you might have this great idea that you're going to be cooking every single night and eat all this stuff, but you have to be realistic for your family too. I always make sure we have nut butter on hand, whether that's peanut butter, almond butter, sunflower butter, hummus. It's a really easy, snack, lunch, side. So I have hummus, meat. Okay, so for us, my husband really will grill one or two times a week, which is super easy. So I always make sure I have one or two things of ground beef. I get the grass-fed ground beef from Sam's or Walmart or even the health food store. A big thing of the antibiotic-free chicken. I buy a big thing of it so we can make it one night and have it for the next night. And then occasionally I'll buy either a pork loin or a roast or, something else. But that's kind of the basic what we have. Again, we keep it really simple. I also like the big bag of salmon that you can buy from Walmart because, again, it stays frozen. And then they're individual 4-ounce packets. There's 4 of them. That feeds our family. And I think it's only like $5 at Walmart. Canned tuna and canned chicken, again, easy, throw on top of a salad, super easy there. And then almond milk. So those are the basics. As long as we have those, we're pretty set for the week. And one thing that I do every morning for breakfast is I keep it simple. I have something called Shakeology. Shakeology is a superfood shake that I don't have to think about breakfast. I already have to think about so much in my day, and I'm so busy trying to get out the door and get the kids ready and sports and my husband and all of that stuff. So every morning I have a Shakeology. Now sometimes I have time to make it into a smoothie where I'll add ice and almond milk and make it all nice, but most of the time I'm doing just almond milk and water, throwing a scoop in that, putting it in a shaker cup and heading out the door. That's simple. I don't have to think about it. Lunch, I eat out lunch a lot, but I like to plan ahead. Like in the morning, I know where I'm going to go for lunch, whether it's a lunch meeting. So if I know I'm having a lunch meeting at a certain place, I will look up the menu so I know what to order so I don't even have to be tempted with it. But if I'm not eating out, again, I'll try to pack my lunch or have leftovers from the night before. I always keep snacks with me because I think that when I allow myself, I know when I get hungry, that's when I tend to go off track, or I come home and I don't want to cook because I'm just so hungry, we end up going out to eat. So I always either have protein bars with me, an apple and some nut butter, or some vegetables and hummus. Those are really easy snacks. Again, I keep it very simple. Dinner, we keep it simple. Again, a meat, a side salad, and some 1 or 2 other sides. So whether it's a sweet potato and some roasted broccoli, just something, we just keep it really simple. Right now, I would love to have all these nice gourmet meals, but I just have to be realistic. Like, what season am I in? What do I have time? And it's just to eat simple right now. Do we make things occasionally? The other night we had our first attempt at cauliflower pizza. We kind of botched it a little bit. So next time we know, hey, less eggs and we know how we're going to make it. So, and that takes a little bit extra time. So occasionally we're going to do that. But again, we are going to plan that on a night that we know that we're not getting home at 6 o'clock at night. Some really easy go-to meals for us are chili. Seriously, chili is so easy. I grind up some meat, I throw it in with a can of beans, a can of tomato, a can of corn, and my MSG-free chili seasoning, and I'm done. And sometimes I will do that on Sundays, so on those nights when we're busy, there's no excuses. We have food that we just warm up. It's in the fridge. It's ready to go. Squash, whether it's spaghetti squash or I fry up some squash and zucchini with some tomato sauce and some kind of a meat, maybe some organic like chicken apple sausage. Easy meal. Taco night. Taco night's really great because I can have a salad and my kids can have a burrito or tacos, and we can just keep it simple. They can have their food and I can have mine, but it's not too crazy. Pizza night. My kids love it. They can make their own pizza, and all we do is literally a whole wheat tortilla. They spread the spaghetti sauce on it. They put their own cheese, and I have some, little pepperonis or whatever we have that night. We bake it in the oven. They get to have their pizza, and Mom will have her cauliflower pizza or whatever. So it just keeps it really simple. And like I said, broccoli chips, we do that a lot in our house. So just, we have some of our go-to sides. So that's the key, is just like finding a few items and just keeping it simple and just adding maybe one or two as you go. But don't overcomplicate it, and don't think that you have to, on Sundays, make a week of meals. Now, if that's what you love to do, like I know there are several coaches that do that and it works for them and they love it, and that is awesome. Like if that works for you, man, go for it. I was trying to do that and I was stressing myself out. And so I have found that what I do works for me, works for my family, and has allowed me to get to my goals. On Sundays, I do also a little bit of prep. I'm making sure I have the groceries we need. I might cook meat, or I might cook some vegetables, so we have it, or my chili or something like that. But again, it's not hours of preparation for myself. But my prep really comes from the night before. So whether it's Monday night or Tuesday night, I look to my next day, make sure that if I need lunch, I have it packed. I have my snacks packed. I have my shake ready to go in the morning. If I'm just having to head out the door, it's all right there. I have my coffee ready, like my coffee's there and it's ready to go. Dinner planned out. So even though it might not be cooked, I get my meat and I thaw it out. So if we're going to have, taco night, do I have the ground beef out and thawing out the night before, the day before, so that everything's ready? Do we have all the ingredients? So a lot of it comes from the night before. And if we do go out to eat, we do eat out once a week as a family, as maybe sometimes twice. There's a couple places where kids eat free. We plan that out, and so that way we know, hey, we can still eat at this place and stick to our healthy eating. So that's really a kind of a life, or a day in the life of me, or a week of me of meal prepping. Like I said, it all starts with just preparation, knowing what's coming up, knowing where our schedule's at. Like if it's midterm week for my husband, I'm not expecting him to grill out at all, but I have to know that ahead of time. And so really it's key of looking at your schedule and saying, okay, what's realistic for me where I'm at right now? I still believe you can eat out and stay on track. You just have to make those right choices, and you have to be planned, and don't allow yourself to get hungry. That's a big factor. If you're going to a restaurant at 6 o'clock and you haven't eaten lunch since noon, and then you didn't even eat breakfast, it's going to be really hard to stick to a healthy eating plan when they bring you chips and bread and everything else. Like you have to make sure you don't go there hungry. So it's about preparation. So